We have a longer comment from Adam Cardellini, but I still want to share it with you guys because it's a very interesting look into the local university situation in Australia. So let's talk about this. Adam says, I am from Australia, and for the last year I have been studying a diploma in Chinese at a local university. I decided to try a university course because I've wanted to learn Chinese for about 10 years, and when I've tried to learn on my own, I get overwhelmed and stop after a month. The points you make about studying Chinese at a university ring really true for me. While the course I am doing provides structure and some motivation, I don't find the 20-year-old textbook particularly useful, and we do lots of rote learning and repetitive writing. Characters and vocab weren't sticking, and I was getting pretty frustrated because I would always forget words in my flashcards. One thing that became clear pretty quickly was that my teachers didn't actually specialize in language learning. They were Chinese academics with expertise in other fields, philosophy and history, who I imagine were told to teach Chinese because they're from China. They don't have the language acquisition research knowledge that they can bring to the classroom, and it creates a pretty frustrating learning environment. We were never taught, quote unquote, how to learn. One good thing that has come from the course was that one of the teachers recognized the difficulties Chinese speakers have in teaching Chinese. They showed your video on how to pronounce the third zombie tone. That's nice of them. After class that day, I found your website, and I'm really glad I did. I'm really loving the structure and approach you were using. I'm actually enjoying studying because I know I will learn something new each time. Rather than worrying I'm just going to forget everything and have an ever-growing mountain to climb in my flashcard deck. I really like that you include these types of videos that talk about the practical and emotional process of language acquisition. Now I'm considering deferring the course for a year and just working on the Mandarin Blueprint method. From your experience, would you say that there are secondary benefits to having a degree in Chinese? For instance, does the piece of paper make it easier for your skills to be recognized and count more towards getting jobs? So I am somewhat qualified to answer this question because I have a degree in Chinese, but I think that's kind of cool that they showed our video in class. That's great. I'm glad to see that the Mandarin Blueprint method has made its way into at least one university's day-to-day classroom materials. But I would say regarding the helpfulness of a degree, well, I mean, I suppose it's like anything relating to university, because what university does have is an accreditation system. So it is true that when somebody sees a degree, they go, okay, well, at least some institution out there that is accredited says that you know this stuff. And unfortunately, while it's coming around, there are ways of becoming accredited online through various online courses. It still hasn't quite reached the level of a university when it comes to how much your average company is going to look at it and see it as being relevant. However, when it comes to Chinese, if you pass one of the HSK tests, especially the highest level, the HSK 6, many people will consider this good enough to at least prove that you can function in the language competently. And so I would say that getting the degree in Chinese, maybe get it if you don't have a degree at all. But if you do have a degree in some other area, it might not be necessary to do. It's really up to you.